Introducing the Zerion plugin for Eliza by our team at Recursive Studio. Now you can track information across wallets and tokens on 14 chains thanks to Zerion's API, right in your Eliza agent. So let's see how it works with Pranav.
I'm going to walk you through how you can use the Zerion plugin when building an AI agent with Eliza. So let's get started. I'm gonna go to the GitHub for Eliza first. Let's go. So it's github.com/ElizaOS/Eliza. And let's clone the project. And let's do git clone. Great. Let's cd into the repo. So a couple of things you want to keep in mind is that you want to be on node version 23.3.0. Don't use anything below that. The other is that you want PNP-M and its version should be at least 9.12.3. So make sure you have both those versions. And once you do, let's double check our node version. Let's run pnpm install. So you also want to run it with pnpm ---- no frozen log file. The reason you want to do that is because this project keeps evolving so rapidly. So yeah, the docs also mentioned that you want to do this instead of just use the default log file. So this will take a while to load. Let me open up a new terminal and load the project up in Cursor. So the first thing I want to go over is agent index. Oops. So it's agent/index.ts. I believe. Nope. Yeah. So it's agent source index.ts. So what you will see here is that every single plugin has been imported, and then in the pipeline. So let's just look for where these plugins are being used. Yeah. So in agent runtime, every single plugin is being imported. Now you can do that, but if you're building your own plugin or like you want to use only a select set of plugins, I recommend you comment out most of them. So for this demo, what I'm going to do is I'm only going to keep 3 plugins. So I'm just going to keep commenting out the others. Let's get rid of these. So where's our Zerion plugin? Cool. So everything above that we don't need, and everything below that is also something that we don't need. So yeah, it's a pretty big list of plugins. And yeah, okay, I think yeah, okay, perfect. So you'll see that I removed a bunch of imports because we don't need them. And yeah, so now we only have a few plugins that we're going to use, and the rest are commented out. This just makes the agent run faster as well, because each plugin has its own examples, its own handlers, its own actions. Let's go back to our terminal. Great. So now that it is installed, let's do pnpm build. And while it's building, we also need to set up our env. So I'm just going to go to my terminal and say cp.env example.env, and then go to my env file. Few things that you need to configure here. So first of all, make sure you add the Zerion key. So I'm not going to share it on the screen, but you can get the Zerion key from developers.zerion.io. The other thing is, if you go here, there's going to be a configuration for Olama. So I already have Olama running, but if you don't, it's a free package, you can install it. And you want to select the model that you want to use here. So the default server URL can remain the same. What I'm going to do is, let's go back to my terminal. So this is, by the way, the plugin building. On the right side, I'm going to do Olama list. So let's actually try this with DeepSeek R1. If it doesn't work, we'll revert back. So we'll say Olama model is this. We can set the default embeddings. And I'll just use the same model for all of them. Lastly, there's one more key that you want to change, which is use OpenAI embedding. If you want to use like OpenAI's embeddings, it's fine, you can do that, but I generally just set it to false because yeah, I want to use my default embeddings. Lastly, let's also go to our characters file. So in characters, you'll see a bunch of characters. Let's use Dobby. I've never used Dobby before. Couple of things you want to do here. So let's remove voice. We don't want to use voice right now. And instead of OpenAI, I'm going to use Olama. You can use OpenAI. If you do that, you will just have to add the OpenAI API key here, but I have Olama running, so I don't need to do that. And yeah, I think the rest is fine. Now all we have to do is wait for the build command to go through. Cool. Once it's built, it's actually very simple to run the Eliza agent. So all you do is pnpm start -- character, and then in the characters, basically you just give the character you want to use. So we are going to use Dobby here. And then in the other terminal, let's make sure we are on the right version. Okay, so nvm use. Okay, it looks like it's installing fastbg small en. Okay, it's installing a package, it's fine. Let's just wait for it to go through. In the meantime, Eliza also comes with a built-in UI. So if you do pnpm start :client, you can go to localhost 3000. Oops, nope, not 3000. Yeah, this. And you'll see that Dobby is here. Now, let's just try chatting with Dobby here. Let's say, hi, tell me something about yourself. Great, so we have a response here now. Let's try doing something with which requires calling Zerion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to etherscan, and I'll just copy a random address. So this one was at the top. I don't know who this person is, but they have a lot of ether. So let's say I want to know the portfolio balance of this. And we should see some logs in the Eliza terminal. Looks like that did not work. Okay, I think I know why that did not work. I forgot to add my environment key. So I'm just going to grab it from my Postman collection. Actually, I think I have it in a different project. Cool. So I just added my API key. I'm going to terminate the instance and then start it again. Cool. Let's go back to our client. I'm going to go back, refresh the page, and let's try that again. Can you tell me the portfolio balance of this address? So not sure if Eliza throws any logs here, but I think we should see logs of the API, Zerion API being called. I think because I'm using DeepSeek R1, it's taking longer than it's supposed to, but that's fine. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my model. Let's go back to the ENV. Let's search for Olama and let's just switch to I believe I also have Hermes. Let me just confirm that. Yeah. So let's do, oh, I'm in the wrong project. So let's do pnpm build. Actually no, let's first try this. Check the balance of, there we go. So as you can see in the terminal, you see Zerion portfolio API response and Zerion API response, and it's combining those responses to show me that the total portfolio balance is this, and in the 24 hours it's changed by 92%. Damn, this person is getting wrecked. Let's try something else as well. I wanna see all the positions of this wallet, and let's copy this address again. Now there we go. So now you can actually check every fungible token in the wallet and its position change. So this is a pretty long list because Zerion basically indexes pretty much every token that is there. But yeah, so you can see that like the total portfolio is still the same, but now you get a broken down list of each position that the wallet holds, and it's changed in the past 24 hours. So yeah, that's it. And this is how you set up the Zerion plugin. Basically just clone the repo, add your environment variable, select the model that you want to use, and get going.